Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Virtual College Fair for all Virginia students, sponsored by the Virginia Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admissions Counselors and StriveScan. Thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off so the panelists cannot see or hear you. And this is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the full schedule at strivescan.com/Virginia. This presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at the same website, strivescan.com/Virginia. And now I will turn it over to our presenters. We are here in session B2, so we'll start with our representative of the University of Mary Washington.
All right, whoops. Hi, everyone. My name is Amanda Hart. I am the Assistant Director of Admissions at the University of Mary Washington. I'm so happy to be able to be speaking with you today. Just to kind of give you a brief overview, Mary Washington is a small public liberal arts school located in Fredericksburg, Virginia. We also have a graduate campus about 20 minutes away in Stafford, Virginia, but the Fredericksburg campus is just for undergraduate students. We are located right in between Washington, D.C. and Richmond, Virginia. We're about 50 miles from each of those major cities, and it means that our students have access to everything that both of those cities has to offer, whether it be things to do or jobs, internships, anything you can think of. We've got about 4,200 undergraduate students. So like I said, we're relatively small, but not so small that you feel like you're back in high school. We are a public institution, so Virginia students do get a substantial discount on the price of tuition. For an in-state student, our tuition runs about $13,574, and for an out-of-state student, our tuition runs about $30,000. Mary Washington is a really community-oriented place. We have a student-to-faculty ratio of about 13:1 with an average class size of 19. So pretty small, lots of interaction with your faculty and with each other. We have mostly small discussion-based seminar courses that mean that you're really an active participant in the classroom. One of the other things that we really strive to provide here at Mary Washington is lots of opportunities for undergraduate research. Like I said, we are an undergraduate exclusive campus, so all of the research that's happening at Mary Washington is happening with undergraduate students. We have tons of lab space and funding available for students who want to do undergraduate research. We've got about $275,000 set aside just for undergraduate students who want to do research. We also have a summer science symposium where students can stay on campus for the summer, live and eat, and also do research, and that's all paid for if you get accepted to that program. Jumping into kind of what student life looks like at Mary Washington, we are a residential campus, so we do require that you live on campus for your first 2 years. After that, you are welcome to move off campus, but we don't kick you out. You're welcome to stay on for all 4 years if you'd like. We have more than 150 different clubs and organizations, and those span pretty much every interest area. We have clubs that are just for fun, some that are more career focused, community service organizations. Just for an example, our students did over 19,000 hours worth of community service in the 2018-2019 school year. We also have a cappella groups, pretty much anything you can think of. We also have athletics. We are in Division III in the Capital Athletics Conference. The only major sport that we don't have is football. But we also have club and intramural sports. So there's really something for everyone depending on what kind of competition level you're looking for. One of the other activities that's really popular at Mary Washington is study abroad. About a third of our students will study abroad during their time with us. We have approved programs in 54 different countries, but we will also support programs in other countries and programs that aren't pre-approved. Our Center for International Education is really wonderful with helping students build programs. We offer traditional study abroad, so where you go abroad for a semester or for a year. We also offer exchange programs, and we offer faculty-led programs. The faculty-led programs are a little bit shorter. They're anywhere from a week to 6 weeks long, and they take place over your break. So it's a really great way for students to still get a really robust study abroad experience without having to commit that entire semester away. So you get to go abroad with your faculty and other students in your class and get a more concentrated experience. Moving into kind of our admissions focused things, we do have early decision, early action, and regular decision deadlines. Our early decision deadline is November 1st, early action is November 15th, and regular decision is February 1st. We also have lots of aid available for students. Every single application that we receive is also evaluated for merit aid, so there's not any additional application for that. Everyone that we get, we evaluate. Just to kind of give you an idea of what our students look like, we have an average weighted GPA of 3.7. We also have an average SAT of 1192 and an average ACT of a 27. However, Mary Washington is test choice, and we have been for a number of years now. This is not a new policy for us. We only want you to send test scores if you want to send them and you think they add value to your application. Especially right now, there's any number of reasons why a student would or would not want to include those test scores in their application. And we don't need a reason. We just need to know that you wanted to apply test choice, and that's all we care about. And we will still evaluate you for that merit aid without your test scores as well, so you're not forfeiting anything. We do also have an honors program. Our average GPA for that is a 4.25 with a 1357 SAT and a 30 ACT. Just to kind of wrap things up, here's our contact information. We'd love to hear from you. Call us, email us, connect with us on social media. We're pretty active on our Snapchat, and we'd love to see you moving forward.
Great, thank you. And next up, we'll hear from the University of Tennessee.
All right, hey guys, my name is Amanda Walk, and I'm a regional admissions counselor for the University of Tennessee. So I live in Virginia, and I just work with students from the state of Virginia to kind of help you through the admissions process and make sure that you are don't have any questions. So I'm happy to help if you need anything at all. First, I'll talk about our location. We are located in Knoxville, Tennessee. One of my favorite things about UT is our location. We are located right in the middle of downtown. So there are always tons of fun things to do, lots of great restaurants, and we have lots of co-op and internship opportunities for our students. But the campus is very enclosed within downtown Knoxville. So when you're on campus, it doesn't really feel like you're in a city. Almost kind of feels like a small college town. Everything is very centrally located and a quick walk. Nothing's going to be more than about a 10 or 15-minute walk. Another thing I love about our campus is that our front yard is the Tennessee River and our backyard is the Great Smoky Mountains. We are about an hour from the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, which is the most visited national park in the country. There are over 840 miles of hiking trails in the park. So if there's anything you like to do outdoors, we have tons of opportunities for you to do that. Also, as far as our location, we're located about 8 hours from Northern Virginia, about 6 hours from Richmond. So I think we're close enough where you can still drive home if you want to, but we're far enough away where you're going to get a completely different experience. We're also within a day's drive of half the United States population. So there are fun weekend road trips to places like Asheville, which is about 2 hours away. Nashville's about 2.5, and Atlanta's about 3 hours from our campus. Just a little bit more about campus. We have about 24,000 undergraduate students. I think it's a great size. You get all the perks of a big school, big Division I athletics, lots of research opportunities. We are a Tier 1 research institution, but it can still feel pretty small. Our student to faculty ratio is 17:1, and 71% of our classes have 50 students or less. Another kind of perk of a large school is that we have lots of different majors. We have over 360 different programs of study. We have our Herbert College of Agriculture, which is home to our vet school, which is one of 30 accredited vet schools in the United States. We have our College of Architecture and Design, which is home to architecture, interior architecture, and graphic design. Our College of Arts and Sciences is our largest college. If you are interested in doing like pre-med or pre-dentistry or even pre-law, we do have a law school on our campus. Those majors are in that college, as well as lots of other unique liberal arts majors and our School of Music. Our Haslam College of Business offers almost every area of business that you could look for. Our College of Communication and Information is home to majors like advertising, PR, and journalism. We also have a College of Education, Health, and Human Sciences, where we have teaching certification in everything but PE. Our Tickle College of Engineering has a wide array of engineering majors, including the #1 metallurgical engineering program in the country. Our College of Nursing is a direct admit nursing program, and our College of Social Work is our smallest college with a 4-to-1 student to faculty ratio. For students that are in Virginia, we participate in the Academic Common Market. That is a program where if there's a major you want to study that's not offered in your home state, you can go out of state for in-state tuition. So there are 8 majors at UT that you can do and get in-state tuition. We don't limit the number of students in the program, and you can start your freshman year. So this is a great way to really make going out of state affordable. The top major that students do from Virginia is supply chain management. It's one of the top 5 programs in the country. Our nuclear engineering program is also one of the oldest and most prestigious in the country. And we are right down the road from Oak Ridge National Laboratory, which is the largest Department of Energy research facility in the country and home to the 2nd most powerful supercomputer in the world. Other majors are linguistics, interior architecture, anthropology, special education, Portuguese, and sacred music. As far as your experience as a Tennessee student, I'll hit on some of the highlights of campus life and things that we offer. You are required to live on campus as a freshman. We have 14 different residence halls. We also offer 14 different living learning communities. So that's where you live with people you share a common interest with. Typically, it's going to be around your major. So it kind of makes the campus community feel a lot smaller. We do have 600 clubs and organizations, so tons of stuff to get involved in. Intramural and club sports are very popular. We are also Division I, so we athletic events are a very important part of our campus culture. Neyland Stadium behind me is one of the top 5 largest football stadiums in the entire country and is the 5th largest city in Tennessee on game day. We also have a fun tradition at UT. Since we are located right on the river, we're one of the only places in the country where you can sailgate instead of tailgate. We also have a very active sorority and fraternity life on our campus. As far as student success, that's something we're very committed to at UT. We have a wonderful center for career development, as well as a great academic success center. And this year, something we're really excited about is our Vol Success teams. And that's a team that is assigned to you, and they are with you through the duration of your career at UT. So you always have a familiar face if you have a question. Your team consists of your academic coach, an academic advisor, as well as a one-stop counselor. So again, another way to make a larger campus feel smaller. We also offer over 50 different study abroad programs. Last year we had students in every continent but Antarctica, so hopefully study abroad will be back in action soon. Definitely encourage you to come visit us. We are doing campus tours right now. They are smaller than they have been in the past, so definitely encourage you to make plans early if you want to come visit. We also have a self-guided tour if you don't feel comfortable going on a campus tour with a group. And we have tons of virtual opportunities, so definitely check out our website and take advantage of everything that's out there. We have open houses, you can sit in on classes, you can connect with students. So we would love for you to come to Knoxville, but if not, you can do it from the comfort of your couch. This year we have an early action deadline of November the 2nd and a regular admission deadline of December the 15th. Definitely encourage you to apply by November 2nd if you can. There are lots of perks of applying early, including being able to apply for our Honors and Scholars program as well as competitive scholarships. This year we are test optional. That is something that we are really excited about, and we are welcome you to apply with or without scores. We're being as flexible as we can with the admissions process this year. So again, my name is Amanda Walk. Please reach out to me if you have any questions at all. You can scan that QR code if you want to get our informational brochure. I'm always available by phone or by email, so please reach out if you need anything at all.
Great, thank you. And next up, we will hear from Radford University Carilion.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sarah Wambe, and I am the Director of Admissions here at Radford University Carilion. So we were founded in 1911 as the Lewis Scales School of Nursing. Radford University Carilion has been educating healthcare professionals in the Roanoke Valley for over 100 years. We are Virginia's first hospital-affiliated college, and we are the top producer of healthcare profession graduates in Southwest Virginia and top 10 for the Commonwealth. Our total student population is just under 1,100 students. Here, students are provided rigorous real-world learning environment at one of the most forward-thinking academic health centers in the nation. Radford University and Carilion Clinic have created a private-public partnership that gives students access to state-of-the-art facilities, access to practicing clinicians, and we offer clinical opportunities all within our campus facility. RUC, as we're affectionately called, is located in Roanoke, Virginia, a city of just around 100,000 people. We're framed by the mountains of Virginia's Blue Ridge. The area offers over 600 miles of trails for those looking for outdoor adventure. Within walking distance of campus, students can find a lively downtown with museums, restaurants, shopping, and nightlife. The campus is located inside of Carilion Community Hospital in the heart of downtown Roanoke, at the beginning of the Health Sciences and Technology Innovation Corridor, which includes the Fralin Biomedical Research Institute and the RAMP Regional Accelerator. The city of Roanoke provides ample opportunities for nightlife, arts, music, and recreational activities. So I wanted to give you a list of our current academic programs that we offer. We are a small school, but we do have a range of everything from associate's degree programs all the way up to the doctoral degree. And all of our programs that you see here are direct admit. So there's no waiting until your sophomore or junior year or having to reapply once you're admitted. I do want to go through and give some program highlights from some of our most popular programs that we offer. First, with our associate degree programs is our Occupational Therapy Assistant program. It's the oldest in the state and offers a 100% career placement upon graduation. Next, under our bachelor's degree program, we have our Biomedical Sciences program, which prepares students for professional schools like medical, dental, or veterinary school. It offers 2 semesters of cadaver-based human gross anatomy. Also, if you're interested in applying for our physician's assistant program, we guarantee 7 interview spots to RUC graduates every fall. Our emergency services program is one of 13 in the nation, and the program provides opportunity for over 1,000 hours of patient care experience. We also have 100% career placement. Our medical lab science program offers clinical rotations in a level 1 trauma center. Graduates of this program pursue jobs in immunology, test development, and clinical consulting. We offer 3 paths to the Bachelor's of Nursing. We offer a traditional 4-year nursing program, an RN to BSN program that's 100% online, and an accelerated nursing program that is for students who've already completed a bachelor's degree and have decided that they would like to get their Bachelor's of Science in Nursing. Through this program, we offer an affiliation with Carilion Clinic, which gives you a wide range of clinical experiences, and the program offers over 550 hours of clinical experience. Last but not least, we have a respiratory therapy program, which blends classroom, laboratory, and clinical experiences using modern equipment and simulation labs. Graduates work in acute care facilities, sleep labs, home health, and COVID patients. We also have 100% career placement. So for our admissions requirements, like I said, we are direct admit to the program. A GPA requirement for each program does vary and can range anywhere from a 2.5 minimum GPA all the way up to a 3.0. The SAT and ACT is waived. We are looking for students who have a combination of Algebra 1, Algebra 2, or geometry. Science, we would like you to have biology and chemistry. And our occupational therapy program does require a supplemental packet. It is important to know that our programs are limited to capacity size. So once they are full, they are full. This is also what helps keeps us to be a smaller institution. So students come to Radford University Carilion for many reasons: high quality healthcare and education, top faculty, small class sizes, state-of-the-art labs, but what they also find is rich culture, active lifestyle, and people passionate about what they love to do, whether it's in the operating room or on the Appalachian Trail. Our clubs and organizations include everything from the American Medical Student Association to the Student Nursing Organization. Housing is not required for RUC students, but we do offer luxurious apartments at the historic Patrick Henry Building, which is a newly remodeled Art Deco style facility across the street from campus. As a student there, you'll have your own gym as well as private food vendors on our ground level. We are currently accepting applications for both spring and fall, and we encourage you to go to radford.edu/apply and select that RUC logo for your free application today. If you have any questions or you'd like some more information, I encourage you to take a screenshot of our information here, as well as go to radford.edu/visit RUC to schedule your virtual or in-person tour today. Thank you.
All right, so next up we'll hear from Massachusetts Maritime Academy.
Great, thank you. Okay, hello everyone. My name is Ashley Willis and I'm the Associate Director of Freshman Admissions at Massachusetts Maritime Academy. Some quick facts about us. We are located in Buzzards Bay, Massachusetts, which is right along the Cape Cod Canal, so about an hour directly south of Boston or about 45 minutes from Providence, Rhode Island. We have about 1,700 undergraduate students, so we are a relatively small school, 1,800 students total, and that extra 100 is in our graduate program. We are a state university of Massachusetts, as well as a state maritime academy, which essentially just means we offer a more specialized set of academic programs. We are a STEM-based education with a regimented campus life, and I'll talk a little bit more about each one of those, but that's sort of like the overall Mass Maritime experience. And we also offer 15 Division III varsity athletic teams. So academically, we offer 7 undergraduate majors. They all earn you a Bachelor of Science degree. These are the 7 majors. 2 of them are for students to earn a U.S. Coast Guard license in addition to their bachelor's degree. That's marine engineering and marine transportation. And that allows students to work out on large ships like the one in my virtual background. Our other 5 programs are more focused on shoreside jobs within the maritime industry, or we have a lot of students working in other fields altogether. So we are sending students into careers on land and at sea. You don't have to work on a ship when you come to Mass Maritime. What does tie all of our academic programs together is a learn, do, learn philosophy, which essentially is a focus on hands-on experiential learning and a focus in STEM. So science and math is going to be a big base of all of these programs. In addition to the kind of unique academic approach that we have, we do have a very unique campus lifestyle, and that's the regiment of cadets, which essentially means that our students participate in a military-style structure on campus. As you can see from the photos, they wear uniforms on campus. Their day-to-day life is relatively structured. However, you don't have a service obligation by attending Mass Maritime. So you're not joining the military just by coming, although we do have commissioning options available for students who would like to pursue that. The regiment is really designed to enhance the academic program. It's essentially turning your student life into part of your academic experience. It's focused on building leadership and management skills, time management skills, self-discipline skills, really those basic skills that will be helpful to you in any career that you pursue. Outside of the regiment, though, we do still have more traditional aspects of campus life. As I mentioned before, we do have Division III athletics. These are all of the varsity teams that we have. We also have a variety of club and intramural sports, especially we have club ice hockey and club rugby, which both compete intercollegiately. So they're club sports, but they still compete at that higher level of competition. We also have a very involved student government association, which oversees about 30 student clubs and organizations on campus, in addition to the SGA itself. And that's not tied to your regimental standing. So you don't have to earn the privilege to be involved in student clubs. You can be involved in SGA or other clubs on campus right from day one, in addition to your regimental experience. You can even start your own club on campus right from day one. We also have a variety of campus events that are more similar to that traditional campus experience, pop-up events with food trucks throughout the year. We have a student lounge and game room in the residence halls. So you are able to fuse that day-to-day structure with aspects of traditional college life as well. So what type of student are we looking for on the admissions side? So our average GPA is about a 3.1 to 3.2, like a solid B. Our average SAT is about a 1050 to 1100, which is about a 22 to 23 on the ACT. We are test optional for fall 2021 applicants, so you are not at all required to submit test scores. You will be at no disadvantage by not submitting your test scores, and you can still be reviewed for merit aid and will still be reviewed for merit aid even if you don't submit test scores. Our emphasis has always been on GPA and academic rigor, basically what is going into that overall GPA and what's in your transcript. You know, if you had a rough freshman year, but then you're on an upward trend, that's the type of thing we want to see when we're looking at your application.
And we're definitely looking for strength in your math and science courses, since that's a big part of our curriculum at Mass Maritime. And then energy systems engineering and emergency management are our two more competitive programs of the 7. No separate averages, they just have a lower space capacity. So that's mainly what that's for. So just means to apply early if that's one of the things you're interested in. We do have an online application, as well as we are on the Common App. If you want to learn more about us, we do have, as I'm sure everyone does right now, a variety of virtual visit programming, everything from general information sessions to an open house series, cadet chats if you want to hear from one of our current students about why they came to Mass Maritime. And we can also pair you with someone who is also from out of state or out of region, or in the major that you might be interested in, to learn more about that. Personal interviews. If you've missed any of our events, we do have recordings available too. And this is my contact information, as well as our offices. If you have any questions at all or would like to learn more, definitely feel free to reach out anytime.
Great, thank you. So next up, we will hear from American University.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Thanks again for joining us tonight. And I'm excited to be here with these other institutions to share some information about our different processes. I am one of the associate directors of admission at American, and I'm actually the regional representative for Maine and New Hampshire. So I'm filling in for the Virginia rep, but I'm happy to share information, contact information for your specific admissions officer at the end of the presentation. So we'll dive kind of right in. American University, we are a medium-sized research university in Washington, D.C. We have about 8,000 undergraduate students, and in total, our enrollment number is about 14,000. In each freshman class, we're looking at about 1,750 students. There we go. A little bit about our location and campus. We do have a traditional college campus, even though we are in the heart of a bustling city like Washington, D.C. We do have over 90 acres of campus. Our campus is an arboretum with lots of green spaces. You'll see that on the next slide. And again, we're in the northwest part of Washington, D.C. In a neighborhood called Tenleytown. So it's very easy to jump on the Metro Red Line to get down to the different parts of Washington. So I think we kind of create the best of both worlds experience for undergraduate students, where you have that traditional college campus feel, but you're in the heart of a city and can take advantage of all of those opportunities there. Probably the other highlight that I like to talk about, and something that distinguishes us from other schools, is that we are the first carbon neutral university in the United States. So you see different initiatives across campus to kind of promote being green, but you also see it from a curricular standpoint as well, offering programs like environmental science and environmental studies. So whether that's something you would be interested in majoring in or minoring in, or maybe it's just something you're passionate about. Again, AU is a very green place in many sense of the word. Again, for students that have not been to campus, here are some screenshots of, again, campus, different quads and buildings that we have across, again, those 90 acres of campus. Diving into academics a bit, we do have over 60 different majors that students can choose from across 6 schools of study. And you're not bound to any of those schools or majors when you apply to American. So you do apply to the university as a whole, and then by the end of your sophomore year, you'll be declaring one or multiple majors. So I think we allow for exploration and discovery. Students can be undecided and not fall behind. You can have multiple academic interests, get to campus, and then figure it out once you're taking classes at the college level. One of the other things I like to highlight here, the fact that we have students from all 50 states, as well as over 100 countries. So we do bring this international experience to campus. Study abroad is also something that our students like to do in a traditional year. both study abroad and campus life looks very different this fall as we are fully virtual. But I think bringing that diversity of thought to campus is really special. And experiential learning is really big for us as well. So about 90% of students will do an internship before graduating. Undergraduate research is common across all 60 majors. So we really encourage students to continue learning beyond the classroom and to again, have that sort of enriching experience beyond traditional classroom learning. Quickly, over 150 clubs and organizations as well that you can take advantage of. We have Division I athletics, various performing arts groups. We're one of the most politically active campuses in the country, which is not surprising being in the nation's capital. Oftentimes we have a lot of interest looking at our School of International Service and our School of Public Affairs, possibly having students jump into politics or international relations. Again, I'll dive a little bit deeper into Washington, D.C. So I would say the city becomes an extension of the classroom and an extension of the laboratory. It's very easy to get around D.C. as well as visiting cities nearby, being an hour from Baltimore, about 4 hours from New York City. So again, you all being in Virginia most likely already take advantage of some of that. But I think being in a city like Washington just offers a plethora of opportunities, whether that's academically oriented, having these opportunities to continue learning beyond the classroom, or maybe it's weekend events, exploring different neighborhoods, grabbing a bite to eat at a famous restaurant. So a lot to offer our students, both in and outside of the classroom. Some other neighborhoods that I like to frequent, and I think the green space is also huge throughout Washington, D.C., but also in Virginia and Maryland, that there's so much to do beyond the city that again, our undergrads take advantage of. Closing and kind of shifting gears to the admissions and financial aid processes. Here are our middle 50th percentiles for testing and the GPA. The big thing to note here is that we practice holistic admissions. So we look at all aspects of your application, and we do not have cutoffs or minimums for testing or GPA. We also offer test optional admissions. We've done that for about 10 years now. So if you're not a strong test taker, you could explore test optional admissions. And we do have early decision 1, 2, and regular decision. There's more information on our website. I know I'm running short on time, so I'm going to end it there. And I look forward to chatting with you all later.
Great. And our final session for this 6x6 is Coastal Carolina University.
Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Cameron Gonzalez. I'm the Senior Admissions Counselor here at Coastal Carolina University. Just quick facts about Coastal. We were founded in 1954 and we became a public university in 1993. Since then, we are one of the fastest growing institutions in the state of South Carolina. With just over 10,000 students on campus, 5 academic colleges, and over 90 different programs of study, some of our most popular major students come to Coastal for is marine science, intelligence and national security, exercise sports science, psychology, and sociology, just to name a few. We are NCATE accredited through our Spadoni College of Education, as well as AACSB accredited through our Wall College of Business. We have a 16-to-1 student faculty ratio, so we have no lecture halls. It's strictly just going to be classroom style. The most you'll see in a classroom is maybe 20, 25 students, and as you focus on your major, those class sizes will get a lot smaller. 79% of our faculty members do possess a doctoral or a terminal degree, so you can feel good knowing that those who are teaching you the classes you're taking do have the accreditation and the education to back up what they're teaching. All of our faculty members are required to have an open door policy, so if you're ever struggling in a class or need assistance on a homework assignment, you can go to them during their office hours. Here at Coastal, we have over 120 clubs and organizations on campus, everything from Greek life, faith-based, SGA, club sports, you name it, more than likely we have it. If out of all of our 120 organizations, there's nothing you're interested in, or maybe you want to start your own, you absolutely can do so. You just need 7 other friends to join you in that process. Our involvement is very popular here on campus. Every one of our students are involved in at least one club or organization, including coming out and cheering on our Chanticleers. We are Division I. We have 19 sports teams here, and we compete in the Sun Belt Conference. With the exception of women's lacrosse, they compete in the Atlantic Sun, but still Division I. We have a lot of great titles that have come out of our sports programs. The most important title that most people remember us for is the fact that we won the College World Series in 2016. Teal Nation comes from all over the United States, all across the world. We receive just over 15,000 applications each year, with just about 13,000 of them being for the freshman class. The darker teal that you see is where we get the most applications from. So up and down I-95, and Virginia is the third most popular state that we get students from. Freshmen, you are allowed to bring vehicles to campus. Your parking pass is only $75 for the entire year, but if you don't want to bring a vehicle to campus, that is okay. We do have transportation that will take you to and from the local Walmart, Amtrak, Greyhound, and Myrtle Beach International Airport during the holiday season. But 49% of our students are in-state, 49% are out-of-state, and 2% are international. Now keep in mind, this is not a minimum. This is just that middle 50% range that most we are looking for students to come in with. So GPA, we're looking between a 3.2 and a 4.0. ACT is going to be a 19 to 24. And SAT is going to be a 1022 and 1150. Now, something new this year that we're really excited about is we are going test optional. So if you have a 3.5 GPA in a rigorous college prep program from high school, you can apply test optional. Now, if you have below that 3.5, we do still need you to take the SAT or ACT. There are also 3 specific majors that require you to take the test regardless of your GPA, and that is marine science, intelligence and national security, and our 2+2 nursing program, because those are departmental requirements. And I'll be more than happy to go into what those prerequisites are if you wish to know them. Coming to Coastal, we look for 20 core requirements. We look for 4 years of an English, 4 years of a math, 3 lab sciences, 3 histories, 2 years of a foreign language, a PE, a fine art, and 2 academic electives. Now, we understand in the state of Virginia, you might receive a standard diploma or an advanced diploma. So if you are receiving a standard diploma, we're going to base our decision and your application off of the diploma you're receiving. So if you don't have 4 math, that is okay. We will work with you and we will accommodate you the best way we can based off of the diploma you have. There are 2 ways to apply to Coastal. You can do it through our main institutional application at coastal.edu/apply, or this year, that's new as well, is we are part of the Common App. We're not early action, we're not early decision, we are rolling admission, nothing is binding. Once we have a completed file for you, we can get you a decision in less than 3 weeks. Up on the screen here, I have in-state and out-of-state tuition, because just like University of Tennessee, Knoxville, we also are part of the Academic Common Market, which will allow students to pay the in-state tuition for being an out-of-state student if you major in marine science, intelligence and national security, or middle-level education. So that total at the bottom will fluctuate a little bit. The housing and the meal plan options are the most expensive options that you see there, but there are more budget-friendly options to choose from. If you need some more assistance, we do have merit awards. A merit awards is awarded money that we give students based off of how they did in school. So we take everything into consideration from a holistic approach. We look at your GPA, your test scores. We look at the level of rigor your coursework was. So if you took any APs, any honors, dual enrollments, or IBs, we look at your class rank and letters of recommendation and essays as well. While we don't require letters of recommendation or an essay, I do strongly encourage you to submit them for additional consideration. And those are going to range from 15% all the way to 60% tuition coverage. As long as you are maintaining the requirements, this is renewable every single year, and you can stack additional scholarships on top of this as well. Keep in mind, if you do apply for the Academic Common Market does fall in the merit award category, so you will need to choose between the 2 if you would rather take the merit award or if you would rather take the Academic Common Market. So that is my information up on the screen right here. Feel free to write it down. If you have any questions or concerns about Coastal, feel free to shoot me an email, give me a call. I'll be more than happy to assist you. But thank you so much for letting me speak with you guys today, and I hope you have a great night.
Fantastic. So we now have about 7 minutes for questions. I will invite all of the panelists to turn on their video and join us for that. There were a couple of questions that came through in the chat, and otherwise I will ask all of the panelists to just go in presentation order while we wait for a few questions, and just let us know something that you think is unique about your institution, or maybe something that you didn't get to in your presentation, but would just like our student participants to know. So we'll go back to the top and start with the University of Mary Washington.
Everyone. So one of the things that I didn't touch on in our presentation is the 3 academic colleges that we have. So at the University of Mary Washington, we have a College of Arts and Sciences, a College of Business, and a College of Education. You don't have to know which college you want to be in when you apply. We actually don't allow students to declare majors until after they have 28 credits. So you've got plenty of time to come, take a bunch of classes, explore some interests. I'm sure we have some things that you've never explored before and never been exposed to. So we really want you to come to campus, explore, figure out what you want to do, and then declare your major. So yeah.
So something I did touch on a little bit is that we do have lots of opportunities for undergraduate research, and kind of a fun fact and something that's unique to Tennessee is that we are home to one of the most well-known and largest body farms in the country. And so if you're interested in like forensics or things like that, we are a great spot for you. The FBI comes every year and does training at our campus. So if that's something you're interested in, that's kind of a fun fact. If that's not something you're interested in, that might be kind of a gross fact, but does kind of highlight all the great opportunities that we have for students to do research. I did mention Oak Ridge National Laboratory. So we have a lot of unique facilities and really put an emphasis on hands-on learning and experiential learning at UT.
Hi again. I think things I really like to make sure everyone understands about Radford University Carilion is one that we are in fact located in a hospital. I don't want anyone to ever be surprised when they show up on campus and they're like, where am I? But because of that, you have access to such great facilities, clinicians, and everything at your back door. Over 90% of our programs have 100% job placement, which means you have guaranteed employment at the time of graduation, which is something super special to Radford University Carilion. And then one thing I didn't touch upon is the fact that we are a separate campus to Radford University, which means you have access to classes at both campuses, as well as you have access to the D1 sports to watch and to join as a part of that campus. We're about 40 minutes away from each other, but it allows you to have that clinical feel in a small setting, but also be connected to a larger institution.
I think I was next in the rotation. So something I know that I briefly mentioned that Mass Maritime, has a focus on experiential hands-on learning, but I just want to highlight some of the ways that we offer that to students on our campus. We have an aquaculture lab. We have a 360 bridge simulator for students in the shipping majors. We have a great set of engineering labs that basically recreates a lot of those same spaces that you would work in the field, in lab spaces. A brand new emergency management simulator that is basically an incident command room as a classroom. All of our students complete internships and co-ops as part of their programs, and everyone completes an experiential learning trip. So whether it's a 6-week sea term on our training ship, a Habitat for Humanity project in Florida, an ecological fieldwork project in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Everyone is doing something hands-on every step of the way throughout the 4 years, both on campus and off campus.
Great. So a lot of students know about American because of our political science and international studies programs. I like to talk about our dedication to the sciences. And that would be the hard sciences. So some newer programs like public health and neuroscience that are now available to students. And then actually this fall, we just opened a brand new Hall of Sciences, which is this incredible, beautiful glass building with state-of-the-art labs, as well as some collaborative spaces that really is bringing students from various parts of campus and various disciplines together to collaborate on different science-oriented research projects. So yeah, the sciences at AU is a thing.
And with Coastal Carolina, I forgot to mention where we're actually located. So we are located on the coast in South Carolina. So technically, unless you're from South Carolina, no one knows where Conway, South Carolina is. So we just say Myrtle Beach. We are 9 miles from Myrtle Beach. We have our own island. We have our own fleet of vessels. That's why marine science is our #1 program here at Coastal. We're the #1 program on the southeastern region of the United States. And students can get a bachelor's, a master's, or a doctorate in marine science. So if you want to be really hands-on in the field, studying the biology, ecology, marine chemistry, anything along those lines in regards to the ocean wildlife conservation, Coastal Carolina is fantastic for that, especially since we do have all of those opportunities to be hands-on as early as your first semester of your freshman year. So Myrtle Beach is only 9 miles away. I encourage you to come and visit. We do have in-person visits happening right now, Monday through Friday from 9:30 a.m. and 2 p.m., but you do have to register in advance in order to secure your spot for the tour. We're not going in any buildings at this time, but we are doing in-person tours, which is nice so people can still get the feeling and get to see campus as a whole, and then maybe afterwards go to the beach, go check out some of our local eateries around the area, and just get a feel of what life at Coastal Carolina might be.
All right, so with that, we'll go ahead and wrap up this session. So I want to thank all of the participants and all of the presenters for joining us this afternoon. When you close the window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. And again, this is just one of many sessions being hosted, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions at strivescan.com/Virginia. And in fact, there's one starting in just about 15 minutes. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other session recordings at strivescan.com/Virginia. So once again, thank you to all of our panelists and participants, and I'm sure I will see a few of you in about 15 minutes. And to the rest of you, have a great evening.